idiots that are watching something else over to see the awesomeness that is the war room.
Yeah,
you never know what you're going to get from us. So.
Well, yes, at least they know what they're going to get. They're going to get nonsense, aren't they?
Not from me.
At least they know. At least they know.
Maybe from you, they'll get nonsense.
Oh yeah. From me, yes.
I have people that count on me to give them accurate, detailed information.
Not going to get that from me, are they?
I'm still waiting.
What?
Every week we talk about it, but I'm still waiting for episode 2 to come out for our first patrol. It's only been what?
Yeah, I'll let you finish.
It's only been 3 months now.
Yep. You know the saga of the phones and everything.
And then you had to take the camera back, and you were waiting on the new camera, and then it's going to be the week that I heard last week. Do I need to go? Do I need to play the video last week? Do I need to go back and play that video?
No, it's fine. And it was supposed to be last week, but
there's always a but.
No.
There's a but.
If you shut up and let me finish, it's quite an important but. My wife has been in contact with somebody that is tested positive for the old gunk. And as such, she now has to self-isolate. And if she gets any thingies, she has to go and have a test. So she's been in here 24/7, and I haven't been able to do anything. But next week, I'm hoping to get that done. I really want to do it myself. I've got my new webcam I want to try out. It's not that I don't want to do it. But yeah, it's gone a bit bonkers here with the lockdown, and she's got to self-isolate, and I really want to do it myself. Person's dying. I don't know. But yeah, I don't want to do it.
Hey, Bo.
I wonder, Tony, are we supposed to buy this excuse like we bought the last 15 excuses?
I'll let it get him out. I'll let him get it out of his system, and then I'm just going to sit here.
So
not my system. I played the video last week. It's gonna be this is gonna be the week. I've got
and it was,
and then I'm ready to go, and this is gonna be the week.
And it was
every week. It's not the week.
But when everybody's in this room 24/7, I can't do any, especially live recording. It only takes, Mrs. R. She has got a bit of a foul mouth. She does have a bit of a swear word every now and then.
Everyone shut it for 2 hours. If you can't shut your pie hole for 2 hours, then get out.
But there'll be a few swear words. So she has got a foul mouth, Mrs. R.
She's got a foul mouth.
I don't know how she kisses our babies with it, but anyway. So I don't go live. I have to watch myself. Being from South London, I do cuss a bit, but we'll see. But yeah, no, I know you're moaning, and you're quite right to moan. And
where are you from?
Me?
Yes, you.
Me? South London.
South London.
South London.
South London.
There you go.
Like a southern accent or what?
No, you've got East London. East Enders think, that's where some of the villains came from, and Jack the Ripper and all that. South London had its share of villains and ne'er-do-wells. And then you've got the West End, and then you've got North London, which is the posh bit. So there we go. But South London, Vauxhall. I was born in Vauxhall.
You lost me like halfway through that again.
Yeah.
I followed you. Whitechapel on the east side.
Yeah, Whitechapel, yeah.
Jack the Ripper. I heard Jack the Ripper and something else.
That's East London.
That's East London. You're from South London.
South
with the South.
Yeah.
You don't put you make the TH and F. It's South London.
So yeah.
So I've been working with looking at Tabletop Simulator, And I was all excited because I was going to start using it to record videos until I realized you can't save. Or at least I haven't figured out how to save.
You can, yeah.
You can save.
I didn't see how to do that. I'll have to play around with it now.
Yeah, there's 4 buttons up at the top. The one on the left will say something like load.
Yeah.
Or it'll say something like, it doesn't say load, but it says,
I know what you're thinking of.
something module, right? And you click that button, and then it'll ask you either to load a module or to save a module. And then you can hit save.
Okay.
I think it's the one all the way to the left.
I know you could.
It's not like a big save button. It's, yeah.
Because I wanted to do.
Here's the issue you're going to run into. So this is just a heads up for me. So, I did that super good coin tutorial video series, and then I decided I was going to use Tabletop Simulator. We're going to play a little bit of the Cuba Libre and everything. Well, in this module, and I'm not sure if this happens everywhere or not, but in this module, it has like an auto setup where it puts all the pieces at like the starting numbers, like one faction might start on the 10 space, another faction on the 20 space or whatever, and it does all that for you. Then you just sort the cards, you play it. I saved it. I loaded the game up, and it still ran that module, so it put all the pieces, not like all the cards, but all the pieces back to like where they started.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize that until I did it a couple turns of it. So I'm like, well, it's kind of stupid to show people, to keep playing this because, like I said, it just might be that one module. But I'm like, okay, well,
we'll have to
I've
pay
got other
attention for
modules
that,
that auto load too. So I don't know if the designer just is dumb and didn't change anything or what. But
careful.
So just be careful if you save it. Here's what I would do. I would take your module. I would change a bunch of stuff on the board without actually playing it. Then I would save it, exit out, and then load it up and see if it puts everything back the way it should or if it auto loads everything from the start.
Because I couldn't find the save feature, and I spent an hour playing Elder Sign, which is really nice on there. Images are great. I was having fun with it. I was like, oh, cool, because I want to do that. And then I was like, crap. It's like I didn't know where. I couldn't find a spot to save it. Or like where I thought it would be to save, it wasn't there. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, okay. So because I got the Red Menace rules that Ruff, you did, the print play version of it.
Yeah, it's a good game.
They have it on Tabletop Simulator. And also several of the Hollenspiel solo games I have that I want to put up as well. And what's nice is it's on the computer. I don't have stuff sprawled out all over the table. And I can see why doing things like on Vassal or Tabletop Simulator is going to be a positive, because I can just save it and then just boom, when I want to do it again, it's just loading that up instead of having things taken up on the table.
I think for me at the moment, Vassal and Tabletop Simulator are fiddly, but only because I'm not au fait. I played Patton's thingy on it on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember it, Patton's Best, and I ended up using my own handouts because it was quicker.
Yeah, I can see that too. Yeah, I can see using your stuff, like your player aids.
But it is great. You stuff down and bump, Yeah,
the Vassal to me is more intuitive, and that's just because I've used it so much.
Hold on,
Tabletop.
Sorry, just had an email from one of my subscribers, Chris. He says, "Why is the chat disabled on the live stream? Is there anything we're not doing? Can everybody hear us?" Sorry, Tony.
We have chat at 4:01.
Everybody can hear. Can you hear us?
You know what? Let me check my live stream here and see if maybe when I set it to go live, if it's. Oh, you know what?
No, I tell you what. I've got YouTube page up with us as well, and that's coming through okay. So Sorry about that. Sorry, Chris. Hope you can hear us in the end. Unmute it.
No, he's talking about the chat, so he can't jump in and.
Oh.
The chat.
Oh yes, chat is disabled. Sorry, beg your pardon.
I am.
Well, we have, no, we've got, oh yes, yes. If you go on to the YouTube page, it says chat is disabled for this live stream. Oh, we're having gremlins.
Look and see if it's refresh your page and see, because I accidentally pushed the button that yes, this is allowed for kids instead of keep damn kids away.
Yep, it's fine now. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, refresh the page.
Yeah, because I didn't load it until after he. All right.
Yeah, no.
You guys should be able to comment. Not that we should probably just disable comments anyway.
You know what? They go off on a tangent.
Most of the people that show up don't deserve to comment. Let's be honest.
Well, not only that, no, they have a little chat amongst themselves. They just forget about us.
I know. It's like, what have you been up to lately? Oh yeah, I've been doing
having a good time. What's that all about?
With my little dollhouse, and
we're a serious channel.
But so you know, Jester, I was, and I'll have to take it back. There we go.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Hey, I fixed it. Thank you.
Yeah, he's fixed it now.
Well, everybody's on now.
Comment broke.
Comments. Yeah, blame him.
Wow.
But some Muppet needs to.
Yeah.
All right, time to ban some people already. We've only been going 15 minutes. It's time to start banning people.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, Mo is supposed to come on. Our show. Mo was supposed to be here, but unfortunately, he had some prior engagements with some yahoos that were more important than us for some reason. So he's interviewing somebody, probably some yahoos.
Matt made a comment.
Who?
Matt in the chat made a comment about that.
Yeah, they're probably just talking about the things that we talk about anyways. They're just trying to copy us to begin with. So
yeah, but so I'm gonna have to kind of back off what I was giving you crap for, Jester, about doing everything live and not using like tabletop simulator, and I'm gonna back off on that because I see how much of a benefit it is. And especially with the larger games, 2 mappers, 3 map, even, larger maps. I mean, it is harder to see, but I don't have room for all those. But yeah,
so, I've been telling you this for 6 months. Mm-hmm. You don't listen, and now you've got to come crawling back to me and apologize because you should have just listened to me to begin with. Just like the sports stuff that I sent you. You didn't reply back to my email. You didn't say anything about it. I'm trying to get you on board with the best. And you don't listen to me. And then like 6 months from now, you'll be like, oh, yeah, you're really glad you sent that stuff to me like 6 months ago because it's so cool. I should have really jumped on board this like 6 months ago.
I really shouldn't have said anything, should I have, Ruff?
Damn.
But no, I like it because a lot of the solo stuff is on there. And I'm looking forward to it. And just working out. Well, and also when I did it earlier, I didn't know about OBS and how easy it is. That's really easy to use when you're just showing your screen and stuff. So I was playing ATS last night, and I'm not mentioning any names because you guys just call me a name dropper.
Oh my God, he's dropping names again.
I'm not.
Was it me? Yeah, sorry, I did ask the missus, and I said I need a loud shirt again, but no.
And I was like, oh, this would be great for me and him to do like a tutorial scenario on how to teach and how to play ATS. And just
Can you get a word in edgeways?
Oh, must have been Mitch.
Yeah, can Mitch get a word in edgeways if you do a tutorial?
Yeah, because he's the expert he's better than I'll admit it. I'm still a new novice. I'm still learning. He knows the rules pretty well, so.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work though. I mean, you're still a bit pixely and you're cutting out a bit. I just wish it would happen with the vocals sometimes, Vocals are coming through loud and blooming clear, unfortunately.
24 minutes.
Sorry, Tony. I went all gestury there. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean that. Sorry. Don't want to come over me.
Get on him, Ruff. Get on him. We expect perfection on this show. All right?
Why you got us on
We
it then?
expect perfection. If you can't perform up to perfection, I've already got an email from Hex to Hex wanting to be a replacement. And did you see his video, his last video he put out on Hex to Hex show, on his YouTube channel?
Mhm. Yeah.
It was like his table and his house, and he was sitting there talking to you.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God, Hex to Hex, there is no way with that house you are ever going to replace anyone unless you start cleaning. It's going to take you months to clean that shit up."
Yeah, I did notice that, and I thought I was heartened. You see, because I've tried. That don't look too bad, I don't think, in all honesty. But if that's getting moaned at, then Hex has got no chance.
It's got like dried underwear hanging on chairs. He's got
a bloke on his own
corner. He's got coffee cups scattered everywhere. He must live alone.
He's a bloke on his own.
He's got to live alone.
Yeah, good luck to him.
Yeah. He did say, "Hey, I need somebody to clean this. So if you're offering cleaning services, let me know."
Yeah. Go look at my comment. I'm like, dude, you're not replacing anybody. You got a long ways to go. I mean, Ruff Swordsman is barely making the cut. Barely making the cut.
I don't know what to say. I put a lot of time and effort into that. I was knackered. Yeah. He's blaming Hex for don't go over there. Blaming Hex for his room. Yeah.
I think that's why Tony's all pixelated, is because he's afraid that if we see his background, he's going to get yelled at as well.
Oh, with his stuff, that's just books. That's good. Look at mine. Mine's all sort of nicely, games and then books. I know this is my table here, but that's what I'm videoing at the moment. The good old videoing here with the old Tokyo Express. I'm loving that, by the way. Even the basic game, it's really, really good. And I think I might do a little bit of, because everybody's doing it, and Kevin Bertram was kind enough to send it. I might do a playthrough of The Shores of Tripoli, which is out at the moment there. So that's the table. See, I can get two things out. It's wondrous.
Table's still in the same spot as it was a month ago.
Yeah, and I'm happy it's there. I'm not moaning. Nobody's moaning. It's
corner. Can't move it in the corner over there yet.
Thing is, it's by the computer. So, as long as she doesn't moan, Mrs. R doesn't moan, then I'm going to keep it here.
Well, how is she going to moan when she's all diseased up?
Well, that won't last forever, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately. It's she hasn't lost her voice, though, unfortunately.
Blast Bop. What are we going to say about Blast Bop? He's put out a couple videos.
Look, and he's also having a pop. Blast Pop's having a pop. Did you see what he's just put, the cheeky monkey?
It's hard to see your nice collection with the reflection in the middle of the screen.
Talking about that, He's talking about that. Tinker.
Yeah.
How very dare you, sir?
Well, I mean, it is kind of distracting. I mean, but
I'm going to have to start getting some makeup on.
Yeah, that would be okay.
Yeah, the old, yeah.
Get some makeup on.
I'll put a wig on like you, Jester.
Oh! Ooh!
Hey, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
Good God. What's going on tonight?
I can't help it that whenever I get in a group, I'm always the best looking one. I can't help that. So, I mean, it just happens. And I don't know why. It doesn't matter. It just happens.
No, Hex showed up. Hex to Hex showed up.
Yeah, give him help.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, give him help.
Dude, Dude, I normally tell people to come to our show and watch it because it's going to be informative. And if you miss out, Hex to Hex, you need to go put some stuff in the laundry. Get some of that dirty underwear, put it in the laundry. Get some of your pretzel bags, pick some of them up, pick some of those coffee mugs up, do something. Okay. So you can always watch this later on demand. It's probably be best for you. I'm telling you.
Keyword bachelor. Yeah.
Yeah. And good. Well, make the most of it while it lasts, Hex.
Did you get my comment, Hex? Did you get my comment? You can't replace anybody until you get that pigsty cleaned up a little bit, because it's bad enough I got to put up with Ruff and his stuff.
Ruff had a box, but by the way, had a box, not multiple boxes, not anything crazy. A box that was bothering him.
Who?
Think
what?
about just, you know what? Here, why don't I just kind of like mess some of my books up here?
Don't. You'll kick him off. No, don't. You'll start him off. Don't, for goodness sake.
No, I can't. No, I got to fix it now. I'm too anal about my books. I got to fix it now. I can't do that.
I am about my books. Look, they're all in height order. That's a bit OCD, isn't it?
Mine are mostly that way too.
Yeah.
They valley down, most of them. So I start high on the end.
No, they've got to go. They've got to go. Oh. Left to right. Anyway, people, we've got at the moment are the people that couldn't get a ticket to go to the AC/DC convention. So
basically, what you're saying is we're talking to all the losers that couldn't get the tickets.
That's what you said.
No, not what I said. That's what you said.
That's before in the green room. That's what you said. I said, I bet the chat's full of all those guys and girls that can't get tickets for the convention. It's going to come back and bite you, that is.
So we got a little bit of an announcement to make today. Should we wait till the end and make people wait to hear, or should we give it?
It'll be long gone. Long gone. I think we've peaked at 3 people.
That's your channel, Ruff. That's your channel. Not on our channel. Our channel, we usually rock and roll for a lot more than that. Do we want to make people wait on the announcement?
Yeah, well, give it a little while, yeah. I think. Don't you, Tony?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, definitely. I'm excited about it. I'm stoked about it, actually.
I'm quite frightened, but, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. As long as he's gentle with me. As long as he's gentle with me.
Well,
now,
one little announcement we do have is our special guest that's coming on next week, hopefully next week, Mr. Big Shot Mo, who couldn't be here today because he's interviewing some Yahoo and couldn't break out of that engagement to come visit us. So then we can talk about and compare our shows and see how much they're ripping us off. See if my attorney's got to send him another letter.
So Mo's game table.
All kinds of bad things.
So Mo's game table's turning up next week. Why on earth a man of that caliber would want to be on here, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it.
That's what you say about all of our guests.
We only did the top
exactly what you say about all of our guests. It doesn't matter who it is. You're looking forward to talk to anybody.
That's why.
Other than me,
they're even talking to us. They're top of the shop, mate. But it should be good fun.
I heard that.
Hello, he's gone. Oh, yes.
My wife's making comments like, "Yeah, I wonder why."
Yeah, yeah. The wives know. The wives know what a sham this is.
Is that what it is? So next week, if he can, arrange his busy schedule, we're gonna have Mo on. Mo from Mo's Gaming Table. So that should be fun.
Oh, Nathan, welcome to the hobby.
Here's what we should do. We should try and convince Mo to leave that other group and join us permanently. That's what we should do. We should try to convince Mo to leave the. In fact, you know what, Ruff? We could replace Tony with Mo.
I don't know. I've grown quite attached
Tony,
I've grown.
You know what we could do, Tony? We could get rid of Ruff and replace him.
No,
I kind of like Ruff. I like his colloquialisms.
If that's all I'm here for, because I speak funny, then you can,
I did not say you speak funny. I said I liked him. I'm a bit of an Anglophile myself, by the way.
What are you here for, Ruff? We're still waiting on a guest for you to get. We keep hearing about Herman Lutzman, but you never show up with anyone.
Right, you go, oh, I've got Mo in next week, which is great. And then you go, oh, we've got to do this, then we've got to do that. When you say we've got nothing, we're bored, I'll contact Herman and see if he's gracious. He might tell me to bog off. I go, no way am I going on that show. I've got my reputation to think about. But I'll ask him.
He'd be lucky to get on my show. Maybe we can schedule some time for him. Maybe. What group does Mo belong to?
Oh, he's the Whiskey Charlie guy.
Nobody's. Blast Pop. I like Blast Pop. All right. I've always liked Blast Pop. He does these really good videos, right? And I'm really considering adding him.
Do you know what? His voice
to our little group, which means somebody's got to go because I don't want to have 4 because that way we can't have a guest if we've got 4.
Yeah,
so Blast Pop, see, he knows how to work the system, right? He knows who butters his bread and who to be nice to, other than you, Yahoo. So let's go through. Maybe next week I'll come up with a list of things that each one of you do for the show.
Well, that might have been
Tony's brought on. He's brought on a guest, right? What else has Tony done? Anything?
No.
Ruff?
I'm just a filler.
You still got the table there. It's been 2 months. We haven't seen the second.
I'm happy with it there for the moment. I'm happy. But I do bring, of course, what I do bring is wit, glamour to the
wit?
otherwise
a potential bit of royalty. Don't forget a possible bit of royalty.
But Blast Pop's a great. His voice. He's got that. He's got the voice. He's got the deep brown
voice.
Yeah.
He said he was bald earlier, so he would fit right in.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll replace me with Blast Pop.
Don't give us ideas.
Matt, I love your comment.
You guys can call it like the 3 bald men or something. The 3 bald guys and a war game or something. You guys could call it.
Well, no, as Matt quite rightly says, Whiskey Charlie has 2 Marines and a crocodile hunter on it. What we got here? There you go. See? Right. I rest my
2 Americans and a Brit.
Oh, you?
That's what we got. That's better than 2 Marines and a crocodile hunter.
Oh, you can't compete with 2 Marines and a crocodile hunter. Have you seen the size of Kevin?
The size
he
of
gave that line to Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Oh, I like Heathwell. Heathwell's got a. Oh yeah, you're going to skip right over Heathwell's comment. I see.
Oh, thank you, Heathwell.
Ruff brings class with his dirty, disorganized bookshelves. Tony brains. I'm trying to think of what Tony's brain has been so far. I have not seen one brainiac moment out of Tony yet.
He's a clever man.
He's smart enough to try and get me last week to talk about other things other than himself.
There'll be some wargaming chat soon, folks. Don't worry.
What's so good about that Tokyo Express? Tell me. What is so good about it? Other than, it's great, just like everything else.
Right.
I mean, seriously, you could go on the show. What's those 2 Yahoos? What's it called? The 2 wargaming Yahoos. What's their names?
Oh, sorry. You're talking to me. Oh, yeah.
The Player's Aid?
What?
The Player's Aid?
Ruff, you could go on the Player's Aid.
You're not going to go at them now, are you?
Because you would fit in perfectly with them.
I remember you saying a couple of weeks ago, you should take all these old games and chuck them on a bonfire and get rid of them.
Every game you come across has been great and awesome, and you love it. So you would fit great. You would fit great on the wargaming show. And I bring a sunny disposition. That's what I do.
Get out of here. He's a miserable old sod. But what do I like about Tokyo Express? And what do I like about the old games I'm discovering? And yes, I do like things because I haven't played as many all the way through as you, Jester. So, you know, it's all a new experience for me. There's some I like more. And as I go down that road, I will probably go, oh, crikey. But this game is, I think the older games like Carrier and Tokyo Express have still got a lot to offer now. And me doing just the basic playthrough, there's a lot of crunch even in the basic game. So, and as a solitaire game, it's a purely designed by John Sathard as a purely solitaire game. It's brilliant. The Japanese, I played it a couple of 3 times, and not a lot, to be honest. But you're chugging along, and suddenly the Japanese will do something you're not expecting, and they then fire their broadsides at you, and that's it. Game over. So yeah, I do love the games from the 80s and to a certain extent the 90s. I think the 70s, although while they had some great games, they were a little bit, you know, component wires and that in their infancy.
I get what you're saying on that one. Yeah. Hey, like Nathan. Nathan, yeah. Fellow history teacher. Yep, there you go. He's got
another bloody teacher.
It's okay. We can put him out in timeout for a little bit.
Don't put him in timeout. He's
put
new.
him in timeout for a little bit.
He's new to the war game.
We don't need comments like that.
And talking about Tokyo Express, the man in the chat who you want to replace with one of us was one of the playtesters on that game.
On Tokyo Express?
Yes.
Is that Blast Pop?
Yes.
Blast Pop, send me your email. I got to get you on. We can get rid of Ruff. We could class this show up for sure.
Nathan, you're in timeout. That's all. Don't worry. I got your back.
He does that to all of us. He does it to me.
He does it to me too. Although I can just hit the unmute button for some reason. I don't know how that works.
So what is this CSR thing that's going on this weekend?
Well, this ACDC thing.
ACDC, yeah. What the hell is ACDC being a rock band?
Digital convention. So basically, it's like a normal war game convention, except, you know, they help you find people and schedule games and stuff like that. So, and they have speakers and stuff, like they do interviews. But I think those interviews actually, you can just, if you know where their channels are, because I just watched Dan interview Brian Train with Ardwolf. So
and last night I watched the OG do with Keith, the designer of World at War '85, do an introductory playthrough with somebody, and you could watch that on Twitch. So yeah, I think you pay, you sort of sign on, pay your money to actually be one of the players in the games.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure, because everything else there's lots going on, and it's not all on YouTube or Twitch. So
if I remember right, I think Mo said it was Mo, or somebody said it was like $3, and that's only because the processor that's doing their organization has to charge something. So the minimum's like $2 or $3, and that's it. So,
oh dear.
That's right, my friends. That's right, my friends. You guys that are here with us are sharing the knowledge. You guys are ahead of the curve.
The moment.
So you guys stick around for 6 more months, and then you guys can be that farther ahead. We've already, talked to the designers about their idiot ways they do things, and we're trying to get things changed so that we don't have to counterclip anymore. For the love of God, that would be great. Making sure they replace their components with good quality components. OG is on now, so OG is abandoning us today too. So he's on our shit list. So
he's working man.
Yeah, I guess we gotta give them all a bunch of slack. I guess we'll give them all a little bit of slack, because I guess who runs this event? Is it for a certain company or is it just for?
It's Armchair Dragoons. Who is it? Is it Bruce or Brian or something? It would be, I think. Sorry,
Armchair Dragoons.
Dragoons.
Armchair Goons. Okay. Well, what makes Armchair Goons
Dragoons
makes them better than to have? Maybe we should run our own online convention. Everyone can pay us $10.
No.
That would be that's what we need to do.
Nope, I'm not going to do that.
We need to run our own convention.
I haven't got enough time to do stuff I want to do without blooming organising a convention. Great in theory, but you'd have to organise it.
So, Chris, thanks for the compliment, I guess, or the comment, because I did if you guys saw, I did my upgrade or my updated for, the Kickstarter thing. And he had to make a comment that, I reached out to the designer and asked questions and things like that. And he's like, oh, that's just common for you. I'm like, honestly, these guys, if you find their emails, you can easily just email them. And a lot of them are very supportive and want to help out. They love the hobby. I'm not going to say all of them, but the few that I have met have been very nice to me. Maybe that's because they're afraid if they make me mad, I will talk about them and then Jester will rant about them. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit of Jester that making them nice to me. Luckily, I've known a few before I met Jester, but I'm definitely. It's nice to have that access and that content for people supporting their games, and we have such a niche hobby. It's so nice to have people actually support their game.
Stop saying that.
What? Niche hobby?
Yeah, niche hobby. Stop saying that. Stop dragging the hobby down. It's not a niche hobby. It's a hobby that people choose not to get into for certain reasons. And if we can change those reasons, then it won't be such a isolated hobby.
I like your thinking. And also,
that's why I'm here, Ruff, because I'm the thinker.
I know, and I know my place. That's why I'm on the bottom. I know my place. But designer-wise, if they've got their head screwed on, they are going to talk to not just Tony. They even talk to me. They're going to talk to the buying public because those are the peeps that are buying their games. And if they're unhappy, it's an old business thing that if you provide a service and you do a good job, one person might tell another person about that. You do a bad thing, you do a bad bit of service, 10 people will tell 10 people who will tell 10 people. So it's in their interest to do a good job. And if they've got, legitimate queries, and I think Kev has come across this a little bit when he asked a legitimate question and the answer came back like, well, you're an idiot if you don't understand that. And that's not the attitude if you're trying to sell games and increase your world, So, but they'll talk to you. They're really the ones I've come across anyway. The only bad one, it wasn't directed at me, but it was directed at YouTubers generally, and it was about a game that I videoed. So, but not the designers, but the guys that were involved in that game were saying, well, yeah, most of them that do the YouTube don't know how to play the game anyway. But that was on Board Game Geek. But that's not the point. I don't play games to tell people exactly every nuance of the game. I play it to show you what goes on. Hopefully, I make mistakes. And you make your decision from that. But generally, designers are pretty good eggs. But like everything else, there's always one or two.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to crash their live stream.
Oh God, you're not, are you?
Okay, well, Michael, you've been looking for somebody to play now Normandy 44, Hollander, Stalingrad. Nothing, no. Hey, I'll tell you what. I've played Normandy 44, love it. I want to play both of those other two. So if you
why is that? Why is that?
Why is what?
Want to play? If I don't know how to play it, and that's another series I want to get into. Is the
good game? Yeah, good series.
Why aren't there people, playing? Want to play this, especially with what's going on. Michael, if I knew how to play it, I'd say, let's have a go. I'll be rubbish, but at least we can have a game or something. I can't understand why people don't do that.
Sometimes it's fun to learn the game together. So, like, hey, let's.
We've both got a copy. Let's go through that. He's telling us to shut up. All right.
I'm telling you, hurry it up because we're going to try. We're going to try to join in.
Not really, are you? They've got big guests on.
Yeah. We're gonna let them know they're on the war room. Oh no.
Can't hear them though.
Let me see if I can.
Exactly, Michael. It's fun to kind of. So that's how I learned to play.
Exactly.
I've got a buddy to do it. Are you Michael? Are you local? Or are you local? Local's relative. Are you U.S.?
I'd have to think about it more, but I think that
Antarctica.
I can't think of someone at the Elite World Builder level that's not also a player of one or both games.
Might be pleased.
Their Army game right now is about to enter.
Can you guys hear it?
We haven't,
Yeah.
Badly, but yeah.
Skirmish game. Are there a couple of folks at the Lore Master?
No matter where you are, Michael.
Because of the creative process, not players that might be.
Yes, sir. Let him be.
About that, but it's a pretty.
Yeah, I'm trying to give them some love. What's wrong with that?
I can't read what you're saying, anyways.
Contributor.
Yeah. Now, as far as the follow up here, and Brant, to answer your question real quick,
Okay.
we have
I think we're doing it for the whole stream.
base of players that are actually involved.
We're going to disavow, aren't we,
Now,
Tony?
the Patreon is rather new. We just started it last June, so we've only been doing it for about a half a year. So that's picking up steam as we go. It's not something that
Look at Bo's
has
face.
been around for
He's
a
like,
while.
what?
What the
So our player base is much, much larger, and one of the things that we're
He's come over to ours now.
is
Sorry,
we're
Mo. It wasn't our fault.
working on bringing folks from the player base into the Patreon, getting the word out, trying to make it something that they would like to join up with, to partner with us in. But that doesn't mean that you have to. You can get a rule book and be a Free Blades player and never touch the
You sorting out Michael, Tony?
Let's go give these guys some love. Seriously, let's go give these guys some love. Everyone, I want to put the link in the chat. I want everyone to go to their live stream. Give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up.
Dear Lord.
Give it a thumbs up. Let them know and leave a comment. Say, hey, you guys are doing a great job or whatever. I'm not trying to take viewers away from them. I'm trying to give them viewers.
Gone quiet, Chester.
I've gone quiet?
No, the room has gone quiet.
Oh. Well, they are following my directions like you all should be doing. Are you not going there and say, hey, go subscribe, go hit the like button, tell them we're watched you guys. Awesome. We're going to check you out later, whatever you want to tell them.
Have you done that, Tony?
No, I was getting Michael. Yeah, I got that. So do what? Smash that like button. Let's do it.
Smash the like
Smash
button.
that like button.
I've been invaded.
Oh, little.
Tell your daughter to go smash that like button.
Well, as Steeler fan says, if we wanted to watch them, you'd be there, wouldn't you? They're watching us. So, and I'm grateful for that, boys and girls.
Yeah, I mean, so,
It's all about sharing the love, guys. It's all about sharing the love.
I like the comment with Matt. That's hilarious. Dan's going to have to add a TMZ style segment to the NEH to cover all the drama.
Yeah, see what we have to put up with. I come away shaking sometimes from these war rooms, and I have to go and sit down in a dark room. It's,
Cheers to Mo and the guys.
that'll do.
Cheers to Mo and the guys.
Yeah, he does a good job, Mo. Does a good job.
Oh my God. Mo, remember, I was the one cheering you guys.
Cheers.
Those two Yahoos.
I
we
just don't
just
have anything to drink with me right now.
We just didn't want to sort of gate crashes, a lot of time and effort goes into this. Well, not into
We're
ours.
not being Christian. We're giving them some love and some support. What are you talking about?
And you've done it.
You two are a freaking handful to deal with. You know that?
I think it's more of us having to deal with it.
No, absolutely not.
Ralph,
No.
you crack me up.
You two, if you two would get with the program, it would go so smooth. It would go so much better. That would make my life a little easier. You see this? The greatness in there? You see that? It's from you prickers.
He's losing.
Is Nathan Beck still on? Is he out of timeout? Is he still on? Because
He's probably gone, and I don't blame him.
He's probably what?
He's probably gone.
Gone?
Put him in timeout.
I just was curious because he said he was a history teacher. I just wanted to know where he was a teacher at. I'm always, working
He
interested.
went to watch Mo, man. He probably went to watch Mo.
Yeah, he probably went off to watch something where we wouldn't get hassled and put into timeout and muted and kicked, so. And also, one teacher's good, two's company, three's a gaggle. And we don't want that. Especially another history teacher.
All right. Nathan's here.
Oh, let's time him out again.
Don't sit.
No!
Don't do
Let's time him
that.
out again.
Jesus.
Let's time him out again. Did y'all go and give Mo's live stream a look, a watch, a like, a comment?
Yes.
Please, for me, do it for me. If you
It
do
was
it
one
for
of the
me,
first ones.
if you do it for me, Rough Swordsman's going to give away a game today. So if you do that, Rough Swordsman's giving games away.
I would love to do all these things when people get to a certain subscription level and they go, right, if I get to 25,000 subscribers.
What did you do when you got to 1,000?
I don't get the games have got
Nothing.
the games.
You did nothing. So just
That's
say
right.
I did nothing.
And the 2000's coming up as well. So unless there's a game company listening on the quiet in the war room that want to send me something I can send to somebody, then that would be wonderful. But yeah, just I'm a man.
That's you're lucky you're not getting timed out for that one.
What's that?
He's going to stream a bocce board game this week.
What's a bocce board game?
That's fine.
Making
What's
fun
wrong
of
with the
Chester
Bocce board
Sports.
game? Huh?
What's that?
Bocce
You
ball?
know bocce ball? It's this little ball you throw out, and then you have these bigger balls. I can't remember what.
You mean the French game?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not called bocce. I forget what
lawn
it's called.
bowling equals sports, right? Yeah, lawn bowling.
Long
No, it's
ball,
not,
yeah.
no. It's they do it on sort of sandy stuff.
Well, in
Bull. It's called bull.
It's called Boom.
Bull.
Oh my God. Roll your vowels for a second. What the hell is it called?
Bull.
Boom.
Yes, I know it's hard for you guys to get foreign stuff. Only foreigner.
Oh, I know, Todd. I was thinking that was not good for me to say something like that. I'm around high school students too much.
To grasp the balls in both hands and go with them.
If y'all go to Mo's live stream and leave a like and a comment, good. Rough Swordsman, I started talking about this earlier and then you got off on a rampage. What game are you not excited about? What game do you not enjoy? Or else I'm going to put you with the player's aid. You got to give me something, man. You hear me complaining all the time. I've never heard you say a bad word about it.
Yeah, because and I'm not just.
It's time for you to step up to the plate. You have to be. You can't be 100% one way, or you're just a copy of the player's aid, man. Come on now.
It's not fair. I mean, you played hundreds of games. I've played tens of games.
Okay, so you played, say, 30, 40 games. There's not a bad one in the bunch.
No, I've had ones I like more and ones I've liked less, but I've not had a game of going, blimey, that's going in the bin.
What about the one that you couldn't even get the directions read? What about that one? What about the one that you couldn't even get the directions read?
Yeah, that one. Yes, that was a magazine game. I was really, and I've said it, I'm really disappointed, but that's the only one.
Okay, well, say that then.
I did. When we asked our most disappointing game of the year, and I said that. It was Luzon. And
you couldn't get the rules didn't make sense or something to you.
No, they didn't. And I'm okay. Takes me a bit of a while, but I got it all set out, and there's lots of bits and pieces, and I thought this is cool. Lots of hidden counters, solitaire game, and I just couldn't make head and the tail of it. And I was so disappointed. And yeah, that's the only game so far that I was disappointed in because I couldn't play it.
I've got 3.
I haven't got games I've played and I thought that was a load of old poo. Not yet. Give me time. I dare say I'll find them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Pulled out.
I'm beginning to doubt that you will ever find anything. You like every game. You like everything. The only thing you talk bad about is your wife. That's the only thing I've ever heard you talk bad about.
So I'm just checking. No, she's not here. So, yeah, but that's the only game I don't like. But as time goes on, I think,
I mean, I tell you, anything with area movement on it, I just.
But then I had Frederick, the Great Crisis of Frederick the Great. Stonking, that's a great game.
It's a point to point though. That's not area control.
Oh, sorry, point to point, not area. Sorry, beg your pardon.
Point to point, I'm still iffy on. But area control, I just don't get it. I don't know. It doesn't click for me. I had Revolution Road, which was all about the beginning of the Revolutionary War, and there was two games in the box, and one was like Lexington and Concord. I don't know, like you could move troops into the one area, but they didn't have to fight. But they're in the same area. Why aren't they going to fight if they're in the same area?
I'm not convinced with the area. Oh, your game's just come up on my feed, Tony.
Oh, what's up? Okay.
That's why we're seeing you nice and clear now.
Yep. Oh, so announcement real quick. My turn 5 for SBQR is up now.
All right. Less of the old adverts. Come on, stop it.
Coin games are funny enough. Coin games are the one things I do that is area, and I don't even know if those are really area control, but those
they're area bits, aren't they?
They're a little bit different, yeah.
They're a game that I am not convinced about, as you know. So I don't like it.
Which one? Coin game?
Coin games. Yeah, I've not bought a coin game. The only one I have ordered or pre-ordered is on the P500. Is the one set on Mars, purely because I do like a bit of sci-fi, and that might be the one. But it might not be. I might get it and go, blimey, you're moving bits of wood about, Where do I put the railroad? Where do I grow the corn? That sort of thing. So,
hey, that's your war game of the year for next year right there.
Yeah. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed.
I'm going to have to pre-order that just so I don't have a missing box in that collection.
Yeah.
I have them all. I'm just gonna but that one doesn't throw me. But you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot because all of a sudden I may be like, oh, this was really good because I don't know. I like
get around that because it's make believe Mars and Martian Earthlings against Earthlings, and I could get my head around it. There was a copy of Under a Fallen Sky. Is that the Celtic one?
Yeah. That one's actually. I've heard that one's really good. Everybody that I've heard that don't like coin games actually really like that one.
Because it's Celts, because it's ancient history. And but that's going for sort of, I don't know if it's a good price. It's going for about 25 quid at the moment. So
David, I'll look at David put up Breakout Normandy's worth a try. I'll look into that. I'm open to trying stuff. If I don't like it, I'll just sell it.
That's an area, yeah.
Or in the recycling bin, one of the two, depending on what it is.
Well, it was nice of you to finally end your video so that we could actually see you now. Not that you were scheduling around your weekly thing that happens every single week at the same freaking time, but let's go ahead and upload a video ahead of time. And
I started it at freaking 1 o'clock.
Well, you know, the elastic band on your router is probably bust then, isn't it? So
I think there's some smoke coming out of it.
Wardy Robe, Todd says Storm over Stalingrad. These are another old game, I believe, Jester. And there was an Arnhem one as well, which looks quite good. And that's an area map. I think I'm right, Todd. It's still, yeah.
Hex, why are you still on here? You should be cleaning that house. Hex to Hex, get that.
He's doing it while he listens.
He's still here. He's not cleaning. So he's never going to.
Kev, the man.
Hey, look at that! I think
crocodile hunter of the
crocodile hunter. The Whiskey Charlie stream has been called Two Marines and a Crocodile Hunter. So glad
we did well at that.
Good to see you. No,
Rex said Mate will be there later.
Oh, so yeah.
Oh, look at Blast Pop dropping names again there.
See, the man's a legend.
Wow.
Yeah,
he could replace Tony.
Area. I think that's an area map, isn't it? And
I mean, he's bald like Tony. He drops names like Tony.
But he has such.
He's got connections like Tony,
and the voice to go with it. And
we don't have to listen to his children running around. There's a lot of bonuses for maybe making some replacements.
Hey, I'm the youngest in this group, so I'm just going to say that.
No, I think it's just television always makes you look older, doesn't it? So I'm actually 26.
26 and a half.
All right, 26 and a half.
Really? No, is that true?
That's a bit mean, Todd. That's a bit mean.
Yeah, David, I just posted turn 5. It was kind of a okay turn. My phalanxes took a hit.
Oh my God! Are we going to sit here and listen to this now?
It is a war game vlog.
Yeah. But the 20th, the Kickstarter that I did the unbagging for, I've got the 20th Air Force out. I am really enjoying that so far. There's been a few rules that I've had.
He's another player's aid right there. Go ahead.
There's some rules I had to question, and there's good choices so far. I'm not through the game, so I'm not going to give a yes or no, but I like what I've seen so far. So yeah.
And your playthroughs are helping me a lot. Because, say, one of the games... See, I've actually started on the top 10 list, if you've noticed. You guys have been playing bloody sports games all week.
I played one.
Yeah, well, anyway. So I've started on my top 10 list with Tokyo Express. And the other one one of my other ones on my list is Cataphract. So you've done all the hard work, Tony. So I can just get the game out and go, I'm not going to explain a thing. Watch Tony's videos.
Yeah, I still have to do the 2 tutorials on the Cavalry Pursuit and the Elephant Rampaging, which I will, but those will be short. Those will be like 5-minute videos, if that.
There's a big gap in these videos. There's something missing, I think. Maybe I didn't watch them all in order or something.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe it's. Yeah, I mean, maybe I missed something.
It might be also putting it all together, too. Like, watching the actual playthrough might help, too.
That could be. So I was going to watch your playthrough too. So.
Yeah, the tutorials are great, but I found that once you started putting them together, like you started playing it, it's like, okay, there's more questions that come up. So the tutorial or the playthrough really makes a difference.
Now stop it. We believed you. Now stop it.
See, here's the thing. Okay, this is the brilliance of my mind, right? I have no idea who Blast Pop is, if he's connected with anybody. I told you guys, Blast Pop is genius. His videos, I could just tell. I can just tell things about people. I can just It's something in my persona that I just understand things about people, right? I could tell Blast Pop was some kind of big dude. I could just tell it. Now we're finding out how big time Blast Pop really is.
Yeah, much respect. See, the thing is, being okay, maybe
I'm still trying to figure out what I thought about you, Ruff, but go ahead.
Yeah, I may be. Well, I know you are, and it will take you an age because I'm an enigma. And being only 26 years old, I haven't only played a few of the games, and most of the people that are chatting in, are old hands, and I mean old in the sense that they've been doing it a while. So much respect to everybody that that comes on the chat and my subscribers. They want to watch the rubbish I put out. It's wonderful. And I'm still learning. The thing is, I'm still learning, and I'm learning from people like Blast Pop and from Kev and from Todd and Hex. Hex is an experience. What?
Okay, so here's my thought. Right, we've gone an hour. It's now 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've gone an hour.
It's 10
o'clock. All I hear from you two is this lovesicle about everything you love. So from now on, from 5:00 to 6:00.
You want me to hate?
Only going to talk.
Wait a minute.
No,
stop right now.
So we're only going to talk. We are only going to talk about things that we don't like.
So you want at 5:00?
Not the Players Aid live stream. All right, this is not the Players Aid live stream. We've got to talk about things. We got to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly.
You can't do that because that's somebody else. That's what's his name?
We got to be honest. We can't tell everybody. Oh, this is
Tim. That's Tim Cointreau, the Bare Bones.
Bare Bones Wargaming.
Tell everyone that they're great, they're awesome when they're not.
Theme tune.
Huh?
He does the theme tune. Big. What's it called?
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah. What's the channel?
Oh, Bare Bones. Yeah.
Bare Bones Wargaming. So what you want from me is 1984, yeah? 2 minutes of hate.
No. What I want from you is to answer the questions. Like when I say, oh, games that you don't like, you don't say, well, I liked them all. And then I've got to pry it out of you 5 minutes later because you go, oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't like that one.
I mentioned it. The other blog.
That's what I want. I want when I say something like that, you not to go, oh, well, no, I like everything. Because this is not the Players Aid live stream. This is real life stuff here. This is us.
Well,
our people. We have 24 viewers that are listening to us. They want to hear our advice on things, and you can't sugarcoat everything. So I start by talking about the number one thing that we don't like about wargaming.
You.
Okay, that's fine. You got a reason why, or are you just going to say me?
No, I was jesting, Jester. The one thing I don't like about wargaming, well, can it be as silly as anything, or you want to be
silly as anything?
It can be, yeah.
No, it can't be silly. We got to be honest with your people. When somebody asks you, what don't you like about wargaming? You can't say, oh, I like it all because it's all great. It's all wonderful.
You're talking about the games, not the world and the people involved. You're talking about the games, yeah?
No. What I'm talking about is what makes you the most upset about wargaming. It can be a wargame company. It can be a certain design feature. It can be the way you have to freaking order stuff online and you don't get it for 2 weeks. It can be whatever you don't like the most. I know this is going to be hard for you to break outside your little box.
Yeah, but
think outside the box for a second, Ruff. Come on, you can do it. Come on now. Pretend I'm your wife and I'm pissed you off. Now, what do you?
Oh, God, no, I'll storm off. I'll storm off and go walk around the block. That's what I'll do. Walk it off.
You walk it off.
I know you moan at me, and yes, I have been doing this the least amount of time to everybody probably in the chat and certainly on here. But has anything niggled me?
I can think of something right off the top of my head.
Yeah, but you've been doing it
I
much
can
longer.
think of something right off the top of my head
Go
for
on, man.
you. For you. I can almost guarantee that what I would say would be your number one reason.
All right. Okay.
You want me to give it to you?
Go on then. And I'll just agree.
What you don't like about wargaming is that it's so hard for you to get them over in Europe because most of them are manufactured in the United States and they take forever for you to get them. You got something worse than that?
No, that's not my number one thing. Because
okay, what is your number one thing then?
Tony.
What?
Help.
What? I can tell you right now, I hate the fact that they take
If I go back and watch the videos from like the last 6 months that we've been on, you have mentioned that like 20 times at least, that you don't like the fact that that's not your number one that you don't like. So there must be something else.
It's not a thing that puts me off wargaming. Yes, if I get sent something from a company, that will take ages to come over because of what's going on in the world.
It doesn't bother you at all.
It's annoying, but it doesn't bother me. It's just the way of the world.
So what does bother you then? Come on.
I'll tell you what did bother me.
Think outside your box.
No, we're talking about time stuff turned here. I was waiting for ages and ages for a hard copy of the Lock and Load Tactical new 5.1 rules. Everybody and his dog over your side of the pond had it and were going, oh, look, some were moaning, some were talking, oh, yeah. I had to wait months for it, and like everybody else over here. I finally got one. That's the only thing that miffed me, because that's delayed me. I know it's on PDF, but I do not like PDFs to read rules. I will use PDFs if I have not got the rules. Right, there we go. I'm off now. But now I've got the actual hard copy of the rules. I can now, when it's due to do, I can now sit down and read the rule. I do like to have the rules out, and I can flick backwards and forwards. PDF flicks off and on. You have to start it again. You have to flick around and try and find stuff. So yeah, that's the only thing that has annoyed me so far. The other thing that annoyed me slightly, and I mentioned it in my video, was Decision Games' handouts. They're on thin paper, not on card.
Does that ruffle your feathers at all?
Yes, that did, because they're quite expensive, and it doesn't cost that much, I would have thought, to put it on a slightly thicker cardstock like whatever every other bloody company does. So they're sort of wibbly wobbly. So what I do is I have to print them out again on card so they don't collapse when I hold them up, because they're on virtually 100 grams stock, just slightly thicker than printer paper. So there we are.
To kind of reverse what you were saying, Ruff, is it annoys me when I can't find a copy of the rules in PDF. It's like almost the opposite. Like because a lot of times I will print them off and write all over them.
Now,
don't
start me off now. Start me off, right?
But if it is so if it's like generally the rules in GMT are generally not huge color. They have small color examples, but they're not like huge color. Lock and Load Publishing, I would want a print copy of that, because I don't want to waste all the ink, because there's just way too much. But if it's a rule book that is generally black and white with just a few colors, I would like to see that. I want to have those printed off because I don't want to ruin the rule books. I mean, I have Panzer Grenadier. I've printed off the rule books so I can highlight the crap out of it. I actually got that idea from Kev because I saw him do it one time. I was like, oh, okay. But because what happens if I don't like the game and I want to sell it, but I've tore up and written all over the... Yeah. So...
But the thing I don't like is that, and what I do, incidentally, if there's with my rules, is some other people, and I'm one of them, will write out key things on little cards. Rather than writing in the rule book, I'll read something, I think, oh, that's important. I'll write, because you can never find it again in the rule book. So I write that out. The thing I don't like is if you're thinking of getting a game and you want to see what it's about and you can't get the rule books, GMT are great. They'll put the rule books, but some other companies will, and you can just look at the rule books and think, yeah, that looks good, or no, I don't think so. Companies that don't do that, I think, are missing out, because if I can't see what the game's about, I'm not going to spend 50, 60, 70, 80 quid on it to see what it's like if they can't be bothered to put the rules out. And I don't know why they don't do it, because all it is the rules. You haven't got anything else, but you can read through and think, oh, that looks good, or nah, don't think so. That's it, yeah. You've twisted my arm. But as opposed to games I hate or don't and will never play again, I have not, and hand on heart, because of the amount of games I've played, I have not come across any that I would think, right, that's never going to be played again. At the moment.
Warfighter.
Horrible game.
No, I'm just kidding. I like the game too. I don't know if I'll film it, but yeah.
That was an epiphany for Ruff to actually look at the dark side.
Oh God, what a weight off my shoulders. Thank you, Jester.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
But I'm not going to diss a game just because you want me to diss a game, because there aren't any games I feel that crappy about. So, but ask me in another year.
I will ask you in another year.
Yeah, when I've played a few more.
I will. So, Tony, what is your kind of beef with wargaming? What is your biggest negative? I got like 5 that I could go through. I don't know why it's so hard for you.
I can't go to a store and buy a war game, at least in my area.
Okay,
that's definitely one. Or if I go, I went to a game store yesterday because I want to, help these little guys. And I went there, and there was not a single war game. Every once in a while, they'll have a hunter's game, which doesn't stay on the shelf very long. So why wouldn't you add more stuff like it? And they had Imperial Struggle on there too, but why wouldn't, again, it didn't stay on the shelf. Every time they've had a similar type of war game, they're not there the next time I go there. So they're obviously getting sold. But I hate the fact that I have to wait in the mail. Because I really like to pick up the box and look at it and stuff like that. So I really hate that. It's something I've dealt with, and I was like, okay, it is what it is. But yeah, and some of just this is the way it's always been done. We're going to do it this way idea, not innovating. And it doesn't even have to be gameplay innovating. It's like, guys, innovate your websites, make them more interactive, and things like that.
Nice to look at.
Yeah. And the other thing I hate is the people that make fun of you for the games you choose. I hate it when somebody picks on somebody else because they choose a system or a game because they like it, but the other person didn't like it. And it annoys me, and it really bothers me that people make fun of other people for that. You play what you like to play. There's no reason why you can't say, well, I don't like it. Okay, fine. Don't play that game with that person, but don't put them down and make you look like an idiot because you're putting somebody else down because they like something. I like 2 of the most unpopular tactical systems out there. And I don't care what anybody thinks. ATS and Panzer Grenadier are probably the 2 most benign tactical systems out there. And a lot of it has to do with the company and not really the system. And that I truly believe. But I like them because I enjoy them. So I don't care if somebody else rips them for something or another. I'm going to play what I like. I used to be like, oh, I want to get all these monster games. Well, I can't play monster games. One, I don't think I have the attention span to play them. I've come to that fact. I just don't have the attention span. I have a few that I'll keep because they're more kind of like Grail games. Like I definitely I'm playing 3 Days of Gettysburg, which is a GBA CW. And that's a huge game. And I've put, hours and hours into it. And I'm playing with a friend of mine. but would I play that by myself solo? No. But just because it's big does not mean I have to have it. I'm kind of getting to this realization. I'm only going to buy stuff that I look like I really want, that I've done. I really get annoyed at people that make fun of other people's choices. I'm gonna say this because you're a wine drinker.
Little old wine drinker me from my name.
Well, I am too. But I remember my brother-in-law making fun of me because I was drinking some sweet dessert wine that I would not even drink now because it's like it's like drinking sugar.
Very sweet dessert. You have that. Yeah.
But he was making fun of because that's what I was drinking all the time. And now I'm like, not that. But I just get so tired of other people, trying to make themselves feel better because it's a game that they don't like, and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm not going to mess with you because you're right. Let them go."
Let me jump in. Let me just jump in there because it's about Panzer Grenadier. I've not come across that. I've heard about it. I've not come across people dissing people because they like a game because they don't like it. And like you, there are games I like that somebody wouldn't touch, and Vicky Verky, but that's cool, yeah. The only time, and the Aardwolf, kudos to him. He was on a live stream and they were talking about thing, and my name popped up, and he said, "Yeah, and he's doing Panzer Grenadier. Not my cup of tea. I can't get on with it, but he's enjoying it, and good luck to him." And I thought, yeah, that's the attitude, isn't it? But I've not come across this sort of like, no, you're playing that. You're not.
There's a few people in a group that I'm in that are like that.
Right. We're in the wrong group.
But but then they're just more like, they're not making fun of the person. They're talking about the game and some of the issues from the past that they did have. I mean, the unbalanced scenarios. Some people don't like that, but then again, no commander wants a balanced battle.
I love that. I love the fact that you're the underdog if you're playing that side, yeah. Or if you're playing a solo, you do the best. I love that. Balanced games are a bit, it's all dice throw then, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's.
I love Panzer Grenadier. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I've got another. I just got one. I haven't done a box opening. I'm going to do two of them. I'm waiting till the other one comes. I got 2 supplements.
What?
Yep. God. So.
Well, I've got 2 supplements, but I might do an unbagging of them to show people,
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just
But I haven't got all the games to play all the scenarios because it needs that and the other.
Yeah, the 2 supplements I got, I have all the stuff that I need to play.
But I got them because they're out of print, and I've got them just in case, and I got them for a good price.
Yeah.
See how clever Jester is.
Doctor Fan is in the house.
Yeah. He gives us a bit of rope, and off we go.
Let it all out.
Clever man.
Let it all out.
Yeah.
My thing is, play what you want to play. Don't.
Yeah.
And if you like it and somebody else doesn't like it, or vice versa, there's no reason to put somebody down.
But then don't keep asking what games, you like all games. You're sounding like blah, blah, blah. At the moment, yeah. I
haven't tried anything.
I love it all.
Yeah. But eventually you start, I'm focusing down on several systems. I really love OCS. I absolutely love OCS. I haven't tried the new BCS 2.0 rules yet, but I want to because
let me know if that's any good. And Kevin, let me know if that's any good because I think that might be. And that's the thing. I'm starting to focus slightly and move away slightly, maybe from certain games and focusing. But then another 6 months, I might move over there and forget about them. And
there's the whole. There's the group of people that want it to be a simulation, and then there's a group of people that want it to be a game, and then there's most everybody else who doesn't care.
Yeah, wants a bit of both.
Yeah.
Just have a good time.
A little bit of both, just to keep it. But the problem is everybody that wants it as a simulation, you're not going to get a true simulation. I don't care. ASL is not a true simulation. No. You know, I had made a comment about that, and it was somebody was commenting. I think it was a Civil War. They're like a Civil War game, and they're like, "Oh, it's not a simulation." And buddy of mine said, "Well, if you want a simulation, go ride a horse for a couple of days and do some reenactment. That's a simulation."
If you want a simulation, go and join the army.
Okay. You guys have been rambling on for like 15 minutes, and you're off topic. Okay. So, question number 2.
Oh,
wow.
Bloody questions.
You started it.
Well, yeah, and then you're just babbling. We're talking about things that we don't enjoy or like. So question number 2 is, what game or game system or function of a game are you not happy with?
As a solitaire player, double blind.
Okay, perfect. Talk about it. Why? Why is that?
You can't play it solo, can you? You have to have a referee, and it's double blind, and you don't know. There are ways, and better men and women will be able to deal with that, but I can't. And when somebody says there's hidden information or there's a double blind system, at the moment I go, oh no, that's not for me.
Okay.
So yeah.
Anything else
that I don't like?
That you don't like? We can come back to you. Tony's got something. Looks like Tony's ready to roll. Go ahead, right, Tony. Roll it up, Tony.
Weirdly, card-driven games aren't my forte. However, Shores of Tripoli is a card-driven game with specialized solitaire rules. Most card-driven games aren't very well adapted for solitaire play, but that one is purely card-driven, Shores of Tripoli, but you can play it solitaire with a different setup. So I'm going to give it a go and see if that might tweak me the other way. But card-driven games generally aren't my thing. I've stopped.
Tony?
I've been thinking about this one, and I have one particular game I'm going to tell you, or are we just doing game system? But I have one game that I just could not wrap my head around, and it was Revere's Raiders.
Oh, yeah, that's...
it was Legion, I think.
Legion, yes, I think you're right. Yeah.
I pulled everything out. I had it all set up, and I could not get it. And I don't know if it was the way the rules were written. I don't know if it was just I couldn't wrap my head around it, but I had so much trouble with it. And so I said, fine, and I sold it.
It's like Luzon. Give somebody else the rules, and they go, what's your problem?
Yeah.
And it's happened to you with that game there, yeah.
Yeah.
But what about a mechanic or a system or something?
System-wise, rules for Chrome just to be Chrome, just to be there. People putting in stuff that really
rules that don't make sense. They're just not rules without an intent, right? So
you put the right boot on rather than the left boot this morning. This happens, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Like why?
Yeah.
What can you give? Like most of the time when you read a rule, you're like, oh, I understand where this is coming from. But then you're reading your rule and you're like, why? Why is this way?
Again, I've not come across that at the moment. Most of the Chrome that's in there is there to make, it's more involved and adds to the time, but it adds to the realism.
I'll be honest with you. This only came about usually when I'm playing face to face, and I start looking at the rule, and somebody points it out. They're like, "Well, why?" And then I'm like looking at it going, "Oh yeah, well why?" Because usually when sometimes the rules are there, and I just do what the rules say because that's what the rule says. I really don't get into the reason why behind some of the rules.
The problem is if you're playing on your Todd on your own, and a rule comes up, and you ignore it, or your house rule, or whatever. But when you're videoing it, if you're a YouTuber, you have to do what the rules say, even if you don't quite get what it's all about. So I think guys that don't YouTube have a better time of it because they go, listen, No, I'm not going to do that, or I'm going to change it to make it like that so it becomes relevant. So that's the good thing about people playing on their own. And yes, playing with other people. Not that I've had a lot of experience of that. That again, you're going to have this. You will interpret that rule one way, and the other chap will interpret it another way, and a jolly time will ensue as you discuss and dissemble and spend an hour and a half talking about that single rule. Whereas if you play solo,
I'm very surprised that neither one of you mentioned something like ASL, where it's so complex.
I was trying not to offend anybody that plays, because I think that's rules for rules' sake. I was playing,
as you said, people get a lot of enjoyment out of playing ASL. This isn't
about people. This is about what you. This is about you opening up and telling us about what you, Rough Swordsman Wargaming.
Yeah, but I don't have any problem with ASL because I don't.
Okay, if you don't have a problem with it, that's fine. I'm just surprised that neither one of you had mentioned that
because we don't play it.
It's been mentioned on
I don't play it
many times, and I've never heard you say one thing positive about it.
I actually like watching people play it because it's interesting to me, but I would never play it just because of the rules overhead. And Nathan said something here which I was getting to, and I wanted to remind you. It says, sometimes I get overwhelmed by rule books because some of the game rule books assume that the reader already understands the game. And that's probably one of my biggest beefs with that, with a lot of the games, is the rules, period. Not just Chrome rules, but the assumption that, maybe somebody new to the wargaming world found a topic, they liked history, so they found a Normandy game, and they're like, oh, this is, I'm interested in this. And then they get the 40-page rule book out, and they're just automatically like, yeah.
But the problem is, and again, you could have gone into my things I dislike, but it as you go along your journey of wargaming, you forget about things. And I have to say, I'm only sort of like a little bit down the road. And I remember when I first thinking about it, remembering reading rule books, and you think, but as you go on, the more rule books you read, the easier it is to read rule books.
Yeah, once you kind of learn the normal hex and counter movement factors, when I get a game now, I look immediately at the counters and say, okay, where's the counter chart? So I can see what's the movement factor number, what's the combat factor. Is there a third or fourth number that doesn't make any sense? So
you look at them completely different to me, and that's what's quite wonderful, is that you read rules and go about them a different way to me, and somebody else will go about them a completely different way. But the only advice I can give, Nathan, is persevere, because it does get easier. And there are people out there, believe it or not, that will help you if you are new to this and don't understand. First time I read Zox, I thought, what's that then? What's all that about? And but now you read something, open up, you go, oh, Zox, and it's somebody else has done another playthrough of Shores of Tripoli. I think that's the most played game at the moment.
Somebody made a comment about that earlier.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be adding to it.
So.
Yeah, sorry.
We didn't talk about point-to-point movement. We didn't talk about area. I mean, you talked about it earlier. You talked about area earlier. I'm surprised you didn't mention that again.
Because I already mentioned it. I didn't need to go on.
Talked about card-driven games.
I like card-driven games.
I don't. Only because they are not geared for mostly solitaire play. Apart from this one.
See, what's interesting to me is that I don't have a problem looking at the cards, playing a card, taking them, putting them down, and going to the other hand. I can't remember what's in that other hand. As soon as I put them down, my mind forgets what's in that hand. I don't know why it happens that way, but it does to me. I used to automatically say, if it was a card-driven game, I can't play it solo. That was it, until I actually played a card-driven game solo, and I was like, "Oh, this isn't that bad at all."
And I think that's my problem. And I don't love you guys any less for your love of card-driven games. And I think that's my mindset. It's my fault that I haven't actually played one. So I'm hoping, say, this one again, where it's actually designed for 2 people, but has solitaire rules where you set up the cards differently with this bot. They call it the T-bot. Might make me have a go. Yes, you've got to look at the cards, play the best one in the hand, put it down, pick up your ones and go, well, what's the best for this one? Yes, but at the moment, no.
I can say,
and that's fine for me.
After watching Tony this week, when he was doing his sports game, and he would roll the dice, and he would look at the card and get the answer. He'd be like, oh shit, what did I roll again? 52. Okay, 52 is 52. And then he'd have to look at the chart and be like, wait, what was that number?
yeah.
Over and over again. So I can see that happening in his war games for sure.
That's why I use a dry marker off to the side. You know, I can put something off camera so I don't forget, you know, make me look a right pilchard.
And that actually makes, for me, because I'm very much like Tony.
You love it.
I'm very much like Tony, where if I say a number like 12, I can remember 12 forever, right? But if somebody goes 12 and then you say 25, we lost 12. I don't know where it went, but now I remember 25, but I don't know what happened to 12.
Yeah, and it's not so bad when you're playing on your own, but when you're videoing, you've got lots to think about. Is it in focus? Is it this? Have I got the rule right? So I always have a dry wipe handy, and sometimes I'll put it on. I've done it before where I put all the calculations on the Perspex.
Oh, yeah.
And that was from GM Alcove. You know, and but if I'm rolling something and I need to re-roll, I will make a note of it on the side, out shot with a dry wipe on the Perspex, because I'm like you. You know, what did I throw? And things like turns in. So back to Tokyo Express, you've got the sort of preparation phase, then you've got this activation phase where everything moves and combat goes on in that phase. So you have to keep count of the movement phases, and there are 6 of them, and in between that there's another Japanese movement where they can change and all that. Anyway, so I use a little die to keep count off camera, because I don't want to look an idiot, what phase of the movement of the activation phase I'm in. I know I could look in the cup and see how many chits are left, but it's much easier for me to have a die there. So I'm on activation number 2 or phase number 2. Do what I do, because I'll do it and think, crikey, which one I'm out to? But I just look at that die now. So yeah, I'm terrible. I have to have aid memoirs all over the place. It looks slick when I video. It looks slick and professional, and I know what I'm doing. But believe me, guys, no. I need all the help I can get. But it is stress. It's not stressful. Stressful is the wrong word. It's a lot to think about.
Since we've got a lot of people here,
have we?
It's time to talk about our special event, I think, to let people know, because we don't want to let them forget about it.
Yep.
So we have been working for the last couple weeks on getting something set up, and we've finally got it set up. And let's talk about it here as we bump. This Monday, which is going to be, what day is that? That's going to be the 18th.
Monday, 18th, yes.
18th of January at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The 3 of us Yahoos are going to be playing with Mike. How would you say?
Bertuccelli. The designer.
Names. We're going to have a little co-op challenge for the War Room with the designer of Tank Duels, Enemy in the Crosshairs by GMT Games. He is going to put up with us for a couple hours and teach us how to play.
Yeah, he's going to teach me how to play.
He's going to teach us how to play properly, because
just teach me how to play.
He didn't like the way I was playing. This is how this all got started. I posted a couple videos. A Tank Duel, he said I was doing some things wrong. And so he contacted me. And so ever since then, we've been trying to work out a date and a time. It's very hard to schedule a date and a time, but fortunately Monday's a holiday, so me and Tony are off. So
Another holiday?
It is for us.
What's it called?
It's called It Ain't the Queen's Day. That's what it's called.
Called what?
It Ain't the Queen's Day.
Not heard of that one. Think you're making it up. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
So we're having a co-op challenge, Tank Duels, 4-player co-op. It's going to be, well, we got to pick teams now.
Now I'll go on Mike's side, Bagsy.
So we have to pick teams because I think it's going to be 2-on-2.
2-on-2, okay.
Right? I mean, I'm assuming it'd be 2-on-2. I think is what we're trying to do.
So I've never played the game, and I'm assuming from the title that tanks are involved.
Yes, there are a few tanks involved. That is correct.
Sounds good.
So it'll be just German and Russian tanks. But the designer's been nice enough to actually come and play with us, teach us how to play the game. So 5 o'clock, Monday evening, 5 o'clock.
That's 9 p.m. GMT, guys, for people over this side of the pond.
And somebody's asking who gets the Emmy or who gets the BF 109.
What's
no
that?
one gets the BF 109. That's
no, BF 109 is a good plane. What's that funny thing on the bottom of the number 27? It looks different to.
What are you babbling about?
Go move on.
If you guys want to join us, if you guys want to learn how to play Tank Duels by the actual designer of the game, come by Monday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to have a co-op challenge. Now, here's what we have to figure out. We have to figure out how we're going to separate us.
Yes.
Teams.
I haven't got a clue.
So I don't know if we want to just put it as a random, if we want the chat to come up with teams for us. I mean, somebody's got to be on my team, right? So whoever comes on my team wins. So, I mean.
So it's not going to be like when they do it on, okay, we're not doing it on Twitch, but like they do it on Twitch where somebody's is the controller of the game and what you see is what they're doing. The other people could be going all over the place, but you're not going to see that. But there's chat and everything. Are we going to be able to do that, or
we're going to run it on StreamYard just like we are now, and Mike's going to share his screen and teach us how to play.
Right. Okay.
You're going to have the game up on your screen, and Tony's going to have the game up on his screen.
What they see will be Mike's view.
Yeah, well, he's in the beginning, and then when it goes to say Tony's turn, then we might have Tony share his screen.
Okay.
And then have Ruff share your screen when it's your turn, so people can see what's going on. It'll be a lot of work for me, but you guys just sit back and do nothing as usual.
I'll ride your coattails. I'm
again.
Yeah, again.
So now we just need to figure out what kind of teams we're going to do. I'm assuming it's going to be 2-on-2. I mean, it's a team game. It's not. I don't think it's going to be like 1-on-1 and 1-on-1.
I think it works best as
Hex, you crack
me up. Donut.
Ballroom dancing lessons on Monday night.
Good grief.
Yeah.
He doesn't take this seriously.
The ballroom dancing lessons are right after his how to clean a house lessons.
He's got a housemaid coming over.
Wow.
But he doesn't take this seriously, does he? All the effort that, yourself puts in.
I know. The effort that we put in, we got to contact the designers. We got to email back and forth. We got to schedule events. I mean, it's a lot of work.
And I don't know how to reply to all because
you guys just show up like 2 minutes before we start and go, "Hey, I'm here."
Do that again. That was a great impersonation. That's Tony. That's Tony off to a tee. That is. God, that was uncanny. Right.
That was a pretty good imitation of it, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was quite impressed. But yeah, it should be fun because I've never played the game.
How to play Tank Duel.
You've played the game, obviously. Tony, have you played the game?
Nope.
No, I've not played the game, and I'll try and give the rules a little read over.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I will.
If Tony didn't play, maybe you guys should be on the team, so that way, if you lose, you have an excuse of.
But
I was just gonna say,
I know what we could do. Whoever's put out more than one video on our previous challenge gets to decide whose team they're on.
That's you, Tony. So he says he can teach newbies the game in about 20 minutes. So it should be fun, him trying to teach us the game, which is going to be good, I suppose, for people who've never played the game, don't know how to play it. So we're starting from scratch. So if you're coming along, don't be worried because they don't assume you know how to play the game because 2/3 of half of the people playing it haven't got a clue. So it will be good for you to come and join us so you can learn to play the game.
Yeah, it really doesn't seem that
complicated either. Tony
so.
and Ruff are both going to post a video on their challenge tomorrow to let everyone know to come to the thing. So
okay.
Yep, I will definitely do that. So that way we covers that way. So definitely sounds good.
Like I got approval from both of them on that.
Yeah, I can try out my new. No, I'll just use this cam and just do something quick, just to let people know.
Sure.
The shambles of the thing itself. No, it should be good fun. Actually.
Yeah. So yeah, big shout out to Mike. Thanks a lot for him sending us the files that we need and scheduling around our schedules. He was pretty open, so that was good for us.
Yeah, because again, we got the time difference.
Wasn't being British and had some decent time off, then we could have played all day. But no, we have to schedule around Ruff as usual.
I'm teaching till 8:30. So, or 8:30ish, 8:45. So, yeah, 9:00 p.m. GMT is the time I'm available. I'm sorry. I've got to make a living teaching people nonsense, You
can always end it early. Say, you know what? You had such a good lesson today. You know what? Just go practice, sweetheart. You did a really good job. And
yeah, and I'm still charging you for the full hour.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to say anything. They're going to be happy. They're going to be happy you gave them a compliment for a change.
Yeah.
Until he gets the call from the parent saying, "Why did you cut my interview?"
Yeah, exactly. The grief I'll get because I teach music and also science and maths and things. So yeah, you can't just go, well, I think you've learned all I can teach you today. Goodbye. We've only had 10 minutes. Oh, well, yeah.
Here's what I think.
Yeah, go on then.
I think if Tony taught it, he could probably do it in 20 minutes.
I would have trouble because I don't.
It's like me teaching history. I could do it in 5 minutes. And, Tony would have the same problem teaching, maybe, I don't know, music and science and maths. He'd go, well, that's all I know. That's it. End of the story,
Hey, isn't 2 + 2 5?
Huh?
Is it 2 + 2 5? Yeah, Michael, I'll email you. Yeah, is it 2 + 5?
Or here's a sheet, because we do it online, don't we? Here's a sheet. Write those down and work them out, and I'll see you next week. Right. So, no, don't work like that.
It's very simple. Yeah.
But 5 o'clock is not a great
time
for you guys.
You've been on fire. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let you go a few minutes early today because you're just having a really good outing and you learned a lot. So just go practice. You're doing great.
See, Tony could get away with that because he's employed by the government, by the educational authority. I'm employed by me. I'm self-employed, so I can't. If I don't do it, I don't get paid. See, Tony can go, oh, look, feeling well today, headmaster, and we'll get paid. Whereas if I do that, I don't get paid.
Headmaster, like, I'm just going to start calling him the headmaster. instead
The
of calling
headmaster.
the director. I like
you call them principals, don't you?
mine's actually a director because we're an academy. But yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
See, the thing is, headmaster is a little bit. It's head teacher, I think, is the proper term now. You know, although you do get headmistresses. So what's the problem? You know.
So,
So
anyways, Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tank Duel with the designer. Come learn it. Come watch us play. It should be a lot of fun.
It should be.
We'll actually get our second challenge done before our first challenge even got off the ground. We'll get our second challenge done. Thank you,
9 p.m. GMT.
And I believe Tony scheduled the first challenge, and I scheduled this challenge. So what the hell are you? What are you here for, Ruff?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know, Mom. I don't know.
Maybe next week, Tony. I'll just accidentally forget to email him.
I'm surprised you do it every week, actually, Jester. I really am. You know, I am. My heart fills with joy every time I get that email. It's like, oh, I've got away with it again.
How come you can't say anything negative about anything else besides me? Why is that? You can't say anything about any games, and you love it all, and everything's great. You love teaching. You love life. You love everything except for me. Why is it? Why am I the only thing you talk bad about? Why is that?
I love you too, and I love Tony in a non-biblical sense. But it doesn't mean that doesn't mean I can't disagree with you.
Not on your team, Tony. It's me and you, man. Me and you, Tony.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
That's Ohio kids. We got to stick together because these Brits are mean to us.
So, God, blimey. So, are you playing any war games, you two? I know you've got the SPQR. Are you playing any war games, Jessa, this week? Or are you still playing that malarkey?
That top 10 list Monday night, I will be playing Tank Duel.
Yeah, but that's not on your top 10.
Somebody had Tank Duel on their top 10 games of the year they were going to play.
Yeah, that was a bit jammy, wasn't it?
It worked out well, didn't it? That's the genius of Jester. That's the genius right there.
So that's going to be your war game for the week.
Probably, yes.
All right, Tony, what are you doing?
I will have finish up more SPQR, but also I'm going to start doing the 20th Air Force playthrough.
Looking forward to that.
It's like I said, I'm very.
Why wouldn't you be?
What?
It's like every other war game out there.
What?
Oh my God! Go ahead.
I'm looking forward to it because I'm working through the rules and making sure I have everything I understand correctly, and sending emails to the designer because he's been very open and upfront. I told him I'm going to be doing a YouTube playthrough of it. He's like, please email me with any questions before you do it, just in case something comes up, so that way you can do it. But I've really liked the choices so far, and I really like how the game goes so far. I haven't finished it, haven't gotten all the way through, but we'll see what happens.
Good.
What about you, Ruff?
I'm just finishing off. Well, not finishing off. I'm recording at the moment the rest of the turn for Tokyo Express, and there's combat going on. And this game for the US isn't good. Let's put it that way.
You know what I didn't hear? I didn't hear the hunters coming out of your mouth yet.
I've got a live stream on Monday. I've got to record this. I will do my best to, and with what's going on over here in the UK at the moment, I will do my best with, it's like a cacophony of stuff going on in the house. But yes, I've got my new webcam. I'm desperate to try it out. So I may what I might do is do a little testy live stream to see if it all works, get it set up. And but the thing is, I have to do it at a time. I can't do it during the day because you guys are in sort of different time mode. If I do it at like 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys are still in bed. So I have to do it about sort of 8 o'clock in the evening. So it gives a chance for guys over here and in Europe to, if they want to make fun of me, and for you guys to get up and have your breakfast to watch. So
Hey, Ruff, if I could do a great Sean Connery impression, I would do it, but I'm just going to quote him from The Rock. Winners, or losers whine about doing their bests. Winners go home and you know what with the prom queen.
So you're taking Mickey out of me as well, Miss Moneypenny.
I can't do it. I'm Scottish. I am Scotch-Irish, and I just cannot do it. I just need to hang out with Scots.
You can't say Miss Moneypenny.
Miss Moneypenny.
They're not bad.
Losers go home.
Monday, 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come join us for Tank Duels. We'll see you all next week. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to work. So thanks for joining in.